Jerry, from that standpoint, I mean, at this point in the season with 2 regular season games left, can you sense your team's getting tired, or are all teams tired at this point in the season?
I mean, I think there's a February is a hard month for and if you look around the country, I mean, you can see it everywhere. There's a ton of discipline problems. You see it on all the websites with this or with some teams not playing good. Very few teams play good during this stretch. These guys have been going since October the 15th. All of that to say, I mean, I think our guys are fairly fresh. I think they've. I'm not saying last week wasn't a long or hard week. Going to Green Bay, coming back, getting on another plane, going to Austin Peay. Two really good teams. I don't think we played poorly. Actually, I think we played pretty good, and we did not rebound the ball. We did not rebound the ball well at all, and that ended up costing us really 2 games. But I thought our guy, we actually played pretty good. We just didn't finish it in terms of off the defensive rebounding end.
Back to the league now. I mean, have you kind of figured out what has to happen, or don't you worry about that till it's over?
That's up to Jamie and Pack and all those people that like to talk about that stuff. I know we got a game Tuesday and a game Thursday night. There's a bunch of games in the league earlier in the week that affect us, and we just got to take care of business and keep on focusing on what we have to do to be a better basketball team, and that's what our emphasis was today. Get better. It's disappointing in one regard, encouraging in another regard. More probably disappointing than anything is that you're probably 4 possessions away in 80 minutes of basketball of winning 2 games last week. So the road's not easy. Clearly wasn't easy at Austin Peay, and we did enough things to lose those games. Did enough things to win those games too, actually. But we've got a great test this week. Wright State is, I think, and I told our guys this today. I think they're the hardest working basketball team in our league. And what I mean by that is that they work hard every possession. For 40 minutes, that group works hard. And we have not had much success against them. Over the last 3 or 4 years, we've had great games with them. But this is an important basketball weekend for us in terms of 2 games on Thursday and Saturday, and we're excited to be home. I said to our guys the other day, we've played up to this date now. We've played 27 games. We've played 16 out of those on the road, only 11 at home. So it's good to be able to finish a year at home.
Coach KP just said that he didn't think the team was hungry enough. Can you comment on that?
No.
Okay.
Consistency's kind of follow up a big win with a kind of a stumble. What do you attribute that to?
I think that if I knew that, or if I could put my finger on that, then we wouldn't have been in those situations. The other side of it is you're playing good people every night, and you have to bring your A game. You're not going to win in this league with a C effort or even a B- effort. I mean, you've got to play well, and I think sometimes we've gotten after a big win, kind of maybe a little full of ourselves, or maybe forgot what the little things are that you have to do to win those games. I know right now it's the Horizon League is one of the earliest playoff structures or playoff in the country. I mean, we have our league champion before some teams even finish their regular season. So this is going to be very, very quick now. I mean, you take care of business now. Hopefully you get a home playoff game, and then bam, you know what I mean. A week from this coming Saturday, there's only going to be 2 teams standing in this league, and we've got to and again, that's been my message to these guys that you got to play a lot of basketball, and you got to put it together now in terms of being consistent and playing 40 minutes.
Jerry, you haven't seen these teams for 2 months, the way the schedule is structured. How How has Wright State improved and then Detroit?
Yeah, I mean, we're taking these games as a first time, game. When we play like Green Bay or Milwaukee and those teams in a turnover of a week or 2 weeks, I should say. Every one of those guys knows those kids and they know what they do well. We're taking this one, like it's our first time around in terms of our game prep. So there'll be a little bit more film, a little bit more emphasis on, personnel, breakdown stuff, those kind of things. Wright State, I think they've gotten better. The kid Mays is really, really good at the 2-guard spot. He's had 27 the other night, or 25 to 27. He can dominate a game. And then Detroit arguably has probably got the best talent in the league. I just watched coming home on the airplane yesterday. I watched a little bit of their game with Butler and saw a little bit of their Wright State game, and they're by far the most talented. They're the most talented group in the league, hands down. Now, whether they ended up playing together well, that's one thing, but they're a good basketball team.
Coach, there's something to be said about momentum, winning these 2 games and taking it into the tournament.
Well, I mean, yeah, again, that's the kind of stuff that it's hard for me to comment on. I know that we need to play, better. I think we have played very, very well over this month. Sometimes you can play well and not get what you want, and we got to play well. We obviously have to play very, very well to win 2 games this week. But once you get into the playoffs, obviously it's a one and done. You just you got to play your heart out, and I think we're capable. If we can get to that neutral site, obviously we've shown that we can beat anybody in our league. It's an exciting time for us. It's an exciting time for our kids. We're very much alive in terms of the kids' emotion and being excited, and this has been a group that I've enjoyed, and this has been a group that's ready to play the last couple weeks of the year.
Can you just comment on Kendrick leading the league in scoring, Jerry, and just what that means to the program? And I know it's just only one stat, but leading the conference.
Yeah, Kendrick's a very good basketball player, and he's really grown. I think the thing that's been most encouraging for me, this year, has been the fact that, Kendrick and Blake and Damian and a couple of our younger guys, they've just gotten better as the year's going on. And Kendrick right now, every time he's taken the floor over the last a couple of weeks, I think he's the best player on the floor. And the encouraging thing about it is he's a sophomore.
Coach, a couple weeks ago you said look out for Butler. Here they go. Do you think they're the team to beat now in the Horizon League?
They obviously have the history. They know what it takes to get it done this time of the year. And that's a huge game on Saturday with them and Valpo. Obviously, Butler knows. They have a very good formula defensively. They do a lot of really good things. They're a good basketball team. Their basketball program. If you're asking me to handicap it in terms of talent level, I don't think there's any doubt that Detroit has the most talent in the league.